Hey, it's Annie and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to share not one, not two, but 3 looks using my new Sydney Grace palette that I purchased myself. All right, these are the colors. And I'm going to tell you, I'm loving this palette. I really am. Surprisingly, because like I said, the colors didn't scream out to me, but the reason that I wanted to try this is because so many of you guys recommended it. So this is like viewers' recommendation. All right. And like I said, this is going to be 3 looks. I'm not going to stop and share tutorials, but at the end of this video, I'm going to go back and give you some tips on some of the things I did because I don't really like to do voiceovers. This is one of them that I'm wearing right now, and it's probably my favorite one because it's the most everyday look for me. The other ones are a little bit more deeper, but I wanted to have fun with color, just so you know. Really quickly before we get started, I share makeup, skincare, and fashion. If that's something that interests you, just smash that button below, and also click that notification bell too, because I don't want you to miss out on any of my future content. Let's get into it. let's go through this really quickly. I want to show you some of the brushes that I use. I want to kind of explain why I did what I did, since I kind of fast forwarded everything. And so let's just do that. So this palette, love this palette, by the way. I have a non-affiliate code, so I make 0, okay? I make 0, but it saves you a little bit of money. All right. So, and I believe I used somebody else's code when I ordered mine because that's how I do it. So these are all the shadows. Let's talk about some of the brushes really quickly, and I'm going to explain why I used what I did and why I did what I did. So, one of the brushes that I used is this brush here. So this is the angled brush from BK Beauty. These are, all of them are BK Beauty unless I tell you otherwise. This is the number 205. See how it's angled like that? What I like is you can get that color right on the end there. It just makes it super easy, girl. Just makes it super easy. The other one that I used on the end there was number 207. It's just a nice detailed brush to get in that little area there. Then I like to use this for my crease, and it's a great blending brush. It's my number 202. So I can use this for my crease and I can blend. But I always want to have an extra fluffy blending brush. You want to have a nice clean brush when you're blending, and that's where this comes in. And this is the number 201. So that's great for blending. The other one that I used was this one. And by the way, all the details with everything I'm wearing, my foundation, everything will be listed in the description box below. This is the number 203. This is a nice brush for putting on your lid shadow. And I think there's one more that I used, and it is the number 204. And this is a nice smudge brush to get underneath my lashes. I think those are the only ones that I used in this video. If I used any rougher, I will leave it below. Okay. And by the way, I filmed this all in one day, so my mascara may not look perfect or anything like that. So I had to reapply, take it off, reapply, take it off, and that's why my hair looks like poo. So what I did first, the first look that I did is I used this blue shadow. So I wanted most of the color on the outside, so that's why I applied it on the outside, and I blended it, keeping it on the end, but then I kind of worked it a little bit in here because I wanted to use this color here. But I wanted it to look, I wanted you to see a little bit of blue and not just the green color. Gorgeous color. So after that, after I applied this, then I went and I believe with this brown shadow, and I just applied it at my crease. I just wanted to add a little bit of depth and shadow up in there, so that's why I added that. And then again, I always like to put a shimmer here because I just think it brightens up my eye. But for fun, I wanted to add a little bit of shadow in my outer corner or my inner corner, so I use that same color here, just using a little bit of shadow right there. Blend it out really well. Then I believe I used this in my lower lash line, which is really pretty. I don't even know what color eyes I have. I think I have hazel green. I don't know. Changes all the time. I feel like, right, with whatever shadow I'm wearing or what I'm wearing. But this one was really, really pretty and really made my eyes pop. I was using my Barbarella Brown pencil, and then I just went into my waterline and then applied mascara. I believe that's all I did with the first one. The second look, I wanted to do a purple. So I wanted to start with this one on the outside corner, again, doing it the same way I did with the blue shadow. I really wanted most of it out there, but then I wanted to blend a little bit in there. Then I went in with this color because I wanted to use this on its own. I wanted more of a punch. So if you use a color like this on its own, you're not going to get that punch. But if you use a little bit of a color, darker, that has that same, see how it's got that pinky tone? If you're using something in the same tone and a little bit of a darker color, when you put that light color on top, especially a light color like that, it's going to like really make that shadow pop more. So that's why I did it. So I went in with that color. Then I did this. Then I went in and added a little bit of this, I believe, in that inner corner again, just because I wanted a little bit more contour on my eyes, because that's what I feel. I feel like when I do my eyes, I feel like I'm contouring them. And then underneath, I believe I used did I use black or no, I used purple. I used purple underneath there. Really, really pretty. And then for the last look, the one that I'm wearing now, I went in the corner using this shadow right here. And I just applied that, but again, doing the same thing that I did with the first shadow, where I get it mostly on the end, but then bring a little bit in. Then I went in and I used this brown color just in the bottom part and just kind of blended it in. Another thing I could have done to make it a little bit deeper, I could have even added a little bit of black, but I wanted to see that color still a little bit. Then I did the same, you know, I used this shadow on top of this, which is beautiful. I used that on top, and then underneath I used the brown, the black and the brown together and kind of mixed them up, and I did my shadow underneath there, and then I added a little bit of brown in that inner corner there, just a tad, and then I took a little bit of this pink color and just added a little bit right by my little I guess chair duct right there, and that's it. And then just added mascara. I used the same liner on all of them. My lip color today, I'm wearing, I just wanted a simple gloss. I didn't want to wear a lot of lipstick because I feel like these colors are a little bit more intense. I just wanted kind of a nude. So I just used, I don't know if my lip liner's in here. Yes, it is. You're gonna be shooketh when I tell you this, but it's just what I grabbed. Not my favorite pencil, but I have it. And it is the Milani Nude. And then I applied the Osmosis and Think Pink because I kind of feel like, this goes with all of it. I'm gonna apply a little bit more. One more thing I'm gonna share with you. Especially since I filmed these all in one day too, I had to do this, but this is just, I think, a good tip to remember when you're doing your eyes. You always want to make sure that when you're blending your shadow, you want to make sure that when you're blending your shadow, you want to make sure you're really blending it and getting this corner. Now, if you're like me and you have a little bit of discoloration in here, because I have to put my concealer up there too, because I just have that darkness, I love this. This is from Fit Glow Beauty. So this is a concealer brush, and this is what I've been using to apply my concealer lately, and I'm loving it. So what I will do after I do my eyeshadow lately is I will take this and I will just, because there's still concealer on it, so I just take it and I'll just make sure I blend this area in really well on both sides just to make sure it's nice and clean. But this is a great tool to have too. This is from Anastasia. This is the Pro Pencil. I think they only come in 3 or 4 colors, unfortunately. I hope that they get more. I know mine looks a little bit dirty. No judgment. But what I like about this is this is a color corrector in an eyeshadow primer. I don't like it as an eyeshadow primer, but I think it's an excellent concealer. I do use this as a concealer, but I also like to use this to correct. So if I get a little sloppy on the outside of my eye, either side, I'll just put a little bit on the end. You'll see that in the video, and I'll kind of tap it out. You can just go ahead and touch up things on your face. I love this little thing. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. Would really appreciate it if you would share this video. You can share it to Twitter, Facebook. You can pin it on Pinterest. Would really, really appreciate it. And let me know what your favorite look was. Was it purple? Was it blue? Was it this one? Let me know what your favorite look was in the comments. Would love to hear from you, and I will catch you guys all in my next video. Okay, bye. Bye. Okay. All of a sudden I feel like Cher. Oh, how did Cher used to go? Well. Isn't that what she used to do, Cher? She used to go. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now here's a little crazy today. It is what it is. Okay, everybody, calm down. All right. All right. Ooh, fix that. That looks better. Okay. All right. Hopefully my microphone's working. I'm going to check it when I'm done with this. Okay. All right. Otherwise, I'm going to have to do this again. Sometimes I have to do things over and over again. That's why I have my blooper reel at the end, because Mom gets a little loopy. That I will leave below so if you want to check it out. So I feel like something in my